What's wrong, Harry?
One person wants burgers, one wants Domino's, the other wants KFC. I just wish there was a place we could order it all in one go, you know?
There is if you know where to go.
Welcome, Harry, to Deliveroo Alley. And over there, you get your burgers.
Ooh.
Oh, Harry, this is the best place to be. You can't go anywhere better.
Reveal your secrets. I found a solution to all our problems. It's called Deliveroo.
Hey! 10 points to Gryffindor!
Much more.
Oh, Baltimore!
Oh, me.
Ooh. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So I've been panicking all day because I feel like there's no footage for this week. I've tried to do like little snippets throughout my week of things that I've done, and I feel like I've barely filmed anything. And then I realised that you have just seen the advert. That was the point of this episode. So that was the advert. I hope you enjoyed that. Before it gets taken down, I'm sure, for copyright issues. Here is like a bunch of little snippets of things that I've done this week, and then we're going to get into a little conversation that I have been prompted to have with you that I feel like we've had before, but you know, we're all about it. We'll pretend that we didn't. See you in a minute. Everything I've been up to so far. I've been trying to scratch off things on the whole films before you die scratch bucket list thing that I've got. I'm trying to do at least 2 a week, which has just reminded me I've done none this week. I know it's only Tuesday, but I should really look into what to watch this week. I'm trying to keep my fitness going. I didn't really do anything like it at uni itself, apart from like warm-ups, but then I realised I used to go up 2 flights of stairs because I'd try not to take the lift as much because I knew it would just make me super lazy at uni, and I wasn't the fittest person anyway, so I'd make sure I wasn't taking the lift, and anytime we had any lessons upstairs I'd always take the stairs, and now I'm not doing that. So I'm trying to make sure I'm keeping some sort of fitness around. My knees started to hurt a couple of weeks ago from doing nothing, and when I spoke to people about it, 2 or 3 people mentioned that it could just be the fact that I'm not doing anything with them anymore and they're not used to it, so it could be that ache, not a pain, just an ache, because it wasn't too painful. And then the other day I was lying in bed and the little ache came back, and I was like, no, I need to do something about this, because I don't want to end up in a position again with my knees pretty much wrecked before I go back. I want some sort of level of fitness when I go back. See if I stick to it every day. What I usually do is I usually put too much pressure on myself to do all that sort of stuff, so I don't want to overload myself. But we'll see how it goes. Then you saw that we watched WrestleMania this weekend, me and Beth. Excuse me. I had a little bit of a chat with Todd on FaceTime. There was like a dip in our connection because he forgot to charge his phone. So I brought, I put the camera out because I was like, this is a good moment. We'll film this. And then there's a chat in there. Had a chat with one of my teachers. It's just day-to-day life at the minute. But we're on Easter break now, so I'm still trying to do my work. I'm going to try and film, like I said, tomorrow, part of my assessment piece, and send that across and see how that goes. Yeah, I'm trying to remain physical, active, and positive, which is difficult for everyone right now, and I get that. But I'm trying not to rest on the fact that I'm having a break basically from everything. Like, I don't really have any space to work in here, especially with the course that I do. So it's been difficult, but I'm trying. Editing these videos together has really helped, I think. I got to edit together the advert you've just seen, and then the bloopers, and then again the bloopers for the last video. But that might be it. I'm not gonna lie. I've got some bits of work that I've done in lessons that I've recorded, and I've got some of my old assessments that I'll post, but it's not the same. So, you know, it might not. I feel like it's still going to help, but it's not as much fun as it was editing this trailer, this advert, and the bloopers for it has been absolutely brilliant. But not the point. The point that I have made you wait for has been me and my singing, which is a weird one. Probably something you weren't expecting, because I wasn't expecting it. I had someone message me last week about my singing. So one of the options I can take would involve me singing, and I'm putting it off on if I should take it or not because of that. And any time I've been asked to sing recently, I've always been like, nah. I used to meet up while I was at uni with 3-4 girls. Sometimes a group of people would go, and we'd all just sing. And I'd be like, no. Anytime I did sing with them, I sang with them once, like a couple of songs, and I was like, I can't sing. This is awful. This sounds awful. I hate the way this sounds. And you know, you can be your own worst enemy a lot of the time, but I just wasn't comfortable doing it, and it was making me feel like crap. So I stopped, and then I was going to cut it out of my assessment piece, but I've been told to keep it in. So I am. I'm not enjoying doing it, but maybe it'll help me feel more confident with it. Maybe it'll bring that confident side of my singing back out of me, I don't know. A lot of the videos I've done recently, my plan was to, like, when I was uploading every week, I was going to do monologues and I was going to do songs and stuff. That sort of falls by the wayside when you don't want to sing anymore, which is part of the catalyst to why I stopped doing weekly videos. That I kept feeling like I was just talking about the same stuff all the time, or I was just in a really bad, low mental space at the time. Not like low, but I was just like, I'm just going to sit here and moan, and I don't want to just keep moaning on camera. So this is not a moan, this is more of me trying to understand what's going on in my brain, explain it to you so you know what's going on in my brain, and hopefully somewhere in the middle we can help therapeutically by getting it off my chest. That's the plan. So yeah, one of the girls was I'm in class with was asking about it, and she was like, "Look, is there something? What's going on with your confidence on it? Is there anything I can help with? Let me know." And I really appreciated that, and I've had that conversation with a couple of people in the past. I feel like we've had parts of this conversation before, but I'm just going to throw it all in together now for people that don't know, people that want to know, just to get it all out there. So my confidence in singing was completely knocked almost from the beginning. When I did Guys and Dolls, it's a show I absolutely love and would love to do again. I would love to sing the song again the same way, but rewatching it, because this was back when I was in like year 11, I'd done no singing really, apart from rehearsals for this, and there were some terrible notes in there, and it's high school, so you know what you expect. But like, I feel like my memory of it all is they had to change a lot of the notes because I couldn't sing them, and then you listen to it back and you go, you can tell that it's not good, and it could have been a lot better. And I am the person I am, so that's my fault. in my head. Then I had a solo, so I played Nicey Nicey Johnson, and he gets a pretty big solo in it. The solo usually lasts about 2 minutes, which I only found out a couple of years ago. My solo must have lasted about 4, because I couldn't sing it, and I had to stop and give up. And the plan, I don't know what they were going to do with it, but I decided to like gospel choir it. I sang it basically. It turned it into almost a sermon, because it's very much about his. Sit Down, You Rock the Boat is almost very much this is what I have done, and this is how I'm going to grow from that moment, sort of thing, I suppose. Like, it's hard to explain if you don't know the song. If you know the song, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know the song, you don't know what I'm talking about. If you do know the song, you probably still don't know what I'm talking about. But it's very much like I said to myself this, I said this, I did this, and this is like the situation. Does that make sense? I'm trying to explain myself in the best way possible, but I feel like I'm failing. Anyway, so that's the point. And I vividly remember this, and it's the filmed version I have. I got like a standing ovation mid-show for the song, and it just went so well. And I remember it being so good, and rewatching that song is amazing to me. I did it like a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe after my second knee operation. The first one took me a year to walk after, and this one I'm walking around the stage with one crutch swinging it around like a prop, because the adrenaline kicks in. And it's that show and rewatching that show that makes me go, this is why I do this. This is why I love this. I love playing around with characters and stuff, but you can see how much that I just love being in front of an audience and how much I thrive on that. And I was like, this is me. This is what I love. You can see it. But yeah, at the end of the day, I didn't sing it, and I couldn't sing it, so we had to change the song. There's a lot of songs that I had to change in that because of me, I feel. So then we did Grease. It was difficult for me to do that with a load of children, basically. I was the oldest person in the cast, so I couldn't really play anyone else apart from Vince Fontaine. Or Teen Angel, but they gave that to a teacher. Comedy effect, so it made sense, and I think Vince Fontaine is actually a really good character for me. I really enjoyed that. So then, leaving school, I didn't really do anything with singing. I also did performing arts while I was at school. In sixth form. Didn't really sing much in there. Wasn't really promoted to sing much in there. Did a couple of songs here and there, but it's almost like okay, we'll move on now, because they had their favourite in that class. Basic way to put it, easiest way to put it. So then after that, I didn't really do much. I uploaded a couple of songs here and there on here. Didn't really get any negative from it, so that was a big positive. But then I went for an audition when I did Annie, and I auditioned. I've joked about this all the time, and I am joking about it when I'm saying it because I think it's funny. But I think it doesn't. I think it's part of the reason. So I auditioned for Annie. We had to do a singing audition, an acting audition, and a dancing audition. I did an American accent in the acting audition and singing, and I was given a English butler that didn't dance and had like a couple of solo lines, but it was sort of like a throwaway bit. But at least I got to sing. I got to sing, and I was like, good, positive. And then ever since then, from doing stage experience, I'd get less and less to do, and I'd always feel really crap about it. Loved the experience, loved taking part in the shows, loved the atmosphere on stage, but it just made me feel like crap. And that's nothing to do with the actual group. That's more to do with maybe there's something that I'm not working on and not doing well enough. Auditioning then for one of the local societies and doing something with them, and I was picked for Maris's part in One Day More, and they were showing me the notes and I just couldn't sing them. They were too high, and they were telling me that I was singing them fine, and I was like, it sounds awful. There was a lot of singing in that where I was like, none of these notes sound good, like, from me. Not saying in general. People that came to see it were like, it all sounded incredible, and I'm like, but my note sounds off. Like, I remember vividly one of the show days, I didn't go on. I refused to go on stage. They changed the part anyway. I wasn't doing Marius anymore. Someone else had taken over from that. and they were singing it the way that I wanted to sing it, but I was told no. So it was just really frustrating, and I just didn't go on for one of the songs. And then some of the songs on some of the days I went on and didn't even sing, because I was like, you've just completely ruined all my singing confidence. That was the biggest blow that my confidence took. Then auditioning for drama schools and stuff that asked me to sing and not getting into them, that doesn't help. But I think one of the biggest blows to my confidence singing wise has been people in the past, friends and relationships. I used to sing around one of my exes a lot, who would complain. Mostly I'd say about the volume, but when you're already feeling crap and you're talking to them about it and they're not supporting you, and they're not talking to you about like, well actually I don't think it's that bad, or okay, well have you tried doing this, or if you think it's that bad have you tried that, yeah, when they're not offering anything, it just makes you feel worse. And then there's also situations of being like talking to people about that and saying like I've not been supported by people, because I'm not just saying that's ex-girlfriends, that's everyone, that's a lot of people I've spoken to about this, and I'm going, no one really comments, and then I feel like people only comment and say positive things because I'm talking about how people are always making me feel so negative. So then can I take, like now, this conversation could prompt you to comment or to message me and say this and this, but then in my brain I go, you're just saying it because I'm asking you to. You can see that it bothers me, so you're just saying what you think I want to hear. So then I feel worse about it, and I'll talk to people about it and say, look, this is how I feel about it, and this is what I think people are gonna comment with. So it does sort of put them in an awkward position. So then they'll say nothing, and I'm like, okay. I know I'm putting people in an awkward position by saying all of that, but then saying nothing doesn't make anything happen. Doesn't make me feel better about anything. And talking to people that you're really close to about it, and them saying literally nothing, and not saying like, I don't care what you say, this is my opinion, take it or leave it. I don't know. It just didn't help with my confidence at all. And that's like an almost ongoing thing now, where anytime I'll talk about it, no one will tell me anything. Or anytime I go for anything with a singing part in it, I won't get it, or I'll think I won't get it now, so I just drop out. I feel like we might have talked about this, but if we haven't, and me and Ollie have talked about this now, so it's not a huge thing, but there was a little thing with me and him where I thought he was commenting about my singing, and he wasn't at all, but it's just how my brain took it. And I went straight down in my brain and went, no, that's it then, I'm not doing this anymore. I'd auditioned for something and pulled out of it, pulled out the callback, and was like, yeah, I'm not in a good mental state to carry on this audition, I'm not going to waste your time. Speaking to them afterwards, they were like, we hate you for not hate you, we are really frustrated with you for not coming back because we wanted you for that. And I'm like, yeah, but this is what happens with me, this is what happens to my brain. When I get into my head that I can't sing, I won't sing. I don't want to sing. I still really want to do musicals, I still really want to do a lot of singing, but the confidence is gone now. And then like I made a comment at uni a couple of months ago about being like, I feel like I need to stop working on things that are just not going to get any better, and I need to start focusing on, instead of trying to do everything, try and focus on some individual pieces and make that better, make my acting better, make character building better and stuff like that, and not focus on the singing and dancing side of it. And part of me still thinks that. We'll see how second year takes me, we'll see if things can improve with me mentally about it all. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that really funny advert at the start of this. Yeah, it's just difficult. It's a difficult one. I don't know what to even say about it. That's where my head's at with my singing. Will you hear me sing again for a while? Who knows? To put it bluntly, there's something I really want to do, singing wise, and if I'm given that chance, then I'll throw myself at it 100%, and you will see that. I will make sure that we film that and you get to see it. But if I don't get to do it, then I don't get to do it, and I'm not going to be too heartbroken, because I'm already at that point where I'm like, it almost feels like it's going to be a waste of time anyway, trying it. So yeah, sorry to end it on such a sad note there, or whatever you think of that note. It's probably a flat note. Let's put Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again tomorrow with the bloopers, with a video that will be a lot more comical than this one. This deep dive into my psyche and brain.